This conference will now be recorded.
In last meeting, we discussed about static method, right? Static method in loan table. In loan table, I have written a static method for displaying the loans, right? Displaying the loans. And here, so let us see another example for a static method. Let me tell you the scenario first. Let me open this form. In this form, I will create one button control. Okay. Once I click on this button control, my requirement is I would like to copy all the records from this table to some another table, something like a copy table. Already we have a copy table is available, copy table. So I would like to copy each and every record from this table to copy table just once I click on the button control. Okay, let us first finish this requirement and see after that what kind of other things required to do this kind of requirements. For example, first let us solve the first problem. Like first when I click on the button control, we need to copy all the records from one table to another table. Already we have a table called copy table. In this copy table, I would like to copy the data from. Okay, let us delete this record. So make sure in this copy table we don't have any records, right? My requirement is I would like to copy the data from EMP table to EMP copy table. In this form, I'm going to creating a button control. Once I click on the button control, I'm going to copy the data from this EMP table to copy table. Now I'm creating a button control here. Go to the button control and give some name like something like copy records, and the text also I'm giving copy records. I think already we have written this code previously in DML operations. I think here, see, we are sending data from EMP table to copy table, right? Let me copy the same piece of code and I will paste in this button control clicked method. Just let me go to the clicked method of this copy records button control. Okay, here while select, actually we need to write a direct table name AM EMP table. Okay, EMP table, and no need to create a buffer for this table because we are writing in the same table itself. I mean, same form. And here I'm going to declaring uh, copy table object emp copy. So let us execute once here. Expected. Okay, fine. Let us execute once. Let us execute once this code. We'll see if we have any problem. We'll solve the in the next level. Let us open this form. Okay. There is a copy records button. Just let me click on the button control. Okay, I have clicked one time, second time, third time. I have clicked 3 times. That means 3 times records get copied into the copy table. You just want to check. See, 1, 2, 3. 3 times. 3 times in the sense, 3 times we have clicked on the button control. So 3 times data has been copied. I mean, we are copying same records again and again whenever you click on the button control. I mean, duplicate records. So that should not happen. I mean, my requirement is if I click on the copy records button, first time it is okay. First time the system has to copy each and every record into the copy table. But next time when you click on the copy records button, system should not copy if the record existed in the copy table. Only new record has to copy when you click on the next time. I mean, we should not duplicate the data. But here, when you click on here, see again, the records get copied, all the 8 records. Okay. Okay. So we have to solve that. I mean, this table should not allow the duplicate records. Now, let us do one thing. In this table, in this copy table, let us open the copy table. In this copy table, I'm writing a static method to verify the data. Here, that means I'm sending data from one table to another table. This is copy table. Okay, this is EMP table. I'm sending data from here to here, right? Suppose we have here, for example, 2 records. Once I click on this button control, I'm planning to copy the data from here to here. Okay, suppose once you click in the button control, the data has been copied. But next time when you click on the button control, these 2 records should not copy because already the records are existed in the copy table. So we need to check, right? Suppose if I'm sending this record, first of all I need to check record is existed in the copy table or not. How we can check? Based on employee ID, right? 101, 102, 103, something like it. When I'm trying to copy the data from EMP table to copy table, first I will use this employee ID to check the data in copy table. 101 I'm sending. So 101 is record, 101 record existed or not. If record existed, we will not copy the data. If the record is not existed, we will copy the data. For example, here we have 103 record. Once I click on the button control, these two records will not copy, only 103 record will copy, and it will store in the copy table. So we need to write the code in copy table, because where exactly I need to verify the data. Where exactly I need to verify? In copy table, itself, right? Now create a new method inside the copy table. Public static boolean. I'll tell you why I'm writing boolean. Check records, something like, okay. Based on employee ID, we are going to checking, right? So here I have a EDT called EMP ID EDT. So that EDT I'm using here. Okay, here, first of all, let me declare the copy table. Here I'm writing a select statement. Select record ID from EMP copy, where EMP copy dot EMP ID equal to underscore EMP ID. I mean, here I'm selecting a record ID. I'm selecting a record ID in copy table. I'm selecting a record ID in copy table. Whatever the record I'm sending from EMP table. If the record ID is selected, that means record existed, right? I'm selecting a record ID in copy table. Listen carefully here. I'm trying to selecting a record ID in copy table. When it will select the record ID, if the record existed, whatever the record we are sending from EMP table to copy table, suppose I'm sending 101. If I got record ID for 101 in copy table, that means 101 existed. If record existed, if EMP copy dot record ID, if record ID existed, so we are going to returning false. If record not existed, returning true. This true and false I will capture before insertion process. I mean, go to the EMP table. Where exactly I'm inserting the data? Here, right? Here. Before insertion, I'm going to checking the data. If in this table I have written that code, right? Check records. Here, I need to pass the record ID. I mean, I need to pass the employee ID. Table dot EMP ID. That's all. Suppose here I'm trying to sending the data from EMP table to EMP table copy, but insertion process will be executed. This line will be executed if condition true. Suppose here we have a let us assume that 101 record. So 101 ID, I mean first record. For example, we are sending data from from source table to destination table like this. First time we have a 101 record, 101 ID, name, everything. But here also we will get 101 record. This 101 I'm sending to the check records method. Check records method here. 101 will come. Here also 101 will come. I'm trying to find out the record ID of 101 if it is available in the copy table. If that record ID is available, we are returning false. Returning false means entire this if condition will be false. So it will not enter into the loop. It will go for the next record. When it will be false if the record existed. When it is when if the record is existed, we are getting false statement. We are returning false. I mean this entire if condition will be a false. If there is no record, we are returning true. So this entire if condition will be true. It will enter into the loop. Record will be inserted. In copy table, I have written this method. Public static boolean check records. Here I'm trying to find out the record ID in copy table. If the record existed, we are returning false. This false we are capturing here. This entire if condition will be false, right? So if it is false, it will not enter into the loop and it will go for the next record. Okay, if the record not existed in the copy table, so it will return true. Entire if condition will be true. Okay, so it will insert the record. Okay, let us execute. Let us open the employee form. Okay, let me click on the copy records button. Yes. One time I have clicked, second time, third time, fourth time. So 4 times I have clicked on the copy records button. Let me open the copy table. See, 4 times data has not copied, only 1 time has copied. Okay, now let me create a new record here. Let me create a new record here, for example, E109. Okay, save, click on copy records. So only 109 record has to be copied. See, 109 record. Before inserting the data, system will check whether the record existed or not. If the record existed, system will find automatically the record ID. If the record ID existed means record existed. when it is existed record ID. If the record existed, system will create a record ID, right? So that is the reason I am finding record ID in the select statement. Here I am finding the record ID for whatever the employee ID, whatever the record I'm passing to the, whatever the record I'm trying to inserting to the copy table. Based on that employee ID, I'm finding the record ID in the copy table, and I'm returning true or false. That true or false, based on the true or false, the record will insert or not insert. So this is the way of sending data from one table to another table, and avoiding duplicate record insertion process. Okay. Now the next concept is display method. Here I will create a text box. I will create a text box like a real text box. In this text box, I will show total loan amount of selected record. If I select 103 total loan amount, I would like to display in this text box. If I select 102, I would like to show 102 total loan amount in this text box. Here we need to write display method to display the value. Where exactly you want to display the value, you should go to that table and write your code. Let me open employee table. Here I'm writing a new method. I'm writing a new method like public display. We have to use display keyword, and we are returning amount, right? Amount in the sense real display loan amount, display loan amount. Here in which table, I mean, in which table loans are available? In loan table, right? So declare the loan table. Declare the loan table. EMP loan. And I'm creating a variable for the real. Here I'm writing while select EMP loan, where EMP loan dot EMP ID equal to whatever the record I'm selecting in the grid. That record, in that record we have employee ID. That employee ID loan amount we need, right? So here this dot EMP ID, this dot EMP ID current record. Here AMT equal to AMT plus MP loan dot amount. So here we are returning AMT. Okay, we have written this entire code in display loan amount method in employee table. Now how to call this method? How to use this method in the form level? Open your form. Open your form, and now I'm creating a unbounded control real. It is a text box, so keep it here. See, keep it here, and go to the properties of your real control. Name it as loans text box. Okay, loans text box. Go to the properties of this loans text box. First, select the data source. Okay, select the data source and select the display method. That's all. We are binding display method to this text box. So automatically in this text box, we are going to showing the loans. Once we click on the record, in that record, we have a employee ID. Based on that employee ID, all the loans will select in the loan table. Okay, and loan amount will be written to this text box. Build and execute the form. See here, first record 35,000, second record 0, third record 18,000, fourth record 35,000, fifth record 0, sixth record 0, seventh record, eighth record 0, ninth record 0, first record, right? And see, system is showing the method name display loan amount. Okay, just let me go to the loans text box. If you want to provide any custom label, okay, you can provide here. Suppose if you don't want to show any label and show label, no. So system won't show any label on the text box. Okay, and your controls are displaying one after another, right? Okay, so let us do one thing. I will create one group control. I will create one group control. In this group, I will drag all the three controls and I will make columns 3. See, automatically showing like this. This is employee ID. Just a second. That's all. Okay, see here. Now it is looking better. Fine. So this is the way of creating a display method. Just display method is to show any particular value in the form itself directly. Actually, these display methods are mostly used in reports also. While we are showing any calculated information like salary, loans, or any pending payments, amount value, we can create a display method and we can show the data in the report itself. In the form level also sometimes. Now, fine. The next concept is working with menu items. Now we are going to discussing about menu items concept. Successfully we have completed all the coding part in the table and form level. Now we are seeing about creating menu items. In these menu items we have three types of menu items are there: display, action, and output. So what is display, what is action, and what is output? Okay, let me tell you here. So far we have created many forms here, right? Like a loan table and employee table, list table, simple list, grid details, parameter form, everything we have created. Now this is the time to integrate or bring all these forms to the user interface here. I mean to the front end application. Now I would like to bring your forms into the front end application. To bring your forms, I mean, whatever the forms we have created here, to bring to the user interface, we need to create a menu item for each form. Which form exactly you want to integrate in the front end application? For that form, we have to create a menu item. We have to create a display menu item. We cannot integrate directly the form into the user interface. We have to create a menu item for this form. Now, I'll tell you how to create a menu item. Now, first of all, create a menu item. Now, I would like to bring this form to the user interface. I mean, any module. Okay, any module is fine. Okay, let us see. For example, there is a fixed assets. Okay, in fixed assets module, I would like to um, set up my form. Okay, in fixed assets module. First of all, procedure. First of all, create a menu item for the EMP table form. Go to the user interface, go to the display menu item. For forms, we have to choose this option. Choose this object, display menu item. Now, for which form you want, you are going to creating a menu item. For this form, right? For this form. So, provide the same name. Provide the same name for your menu item also. EMP table. So we won't get any confused in the future. That is the reason for a table, for a form, for menu item also I'm giving the same name. Now add your menu item to your project. Now see here, system has created a folder called display menu items. In this display menu items, we created a menu item called this EMP table, right? This is your menu item. And go to the properties of this menu item and provide object type of form, object name, select your form name. See this one. This is the way of connecting your form to your display menu item. Just if you give the name, that is really not enough. If you are giving the same name of your form, that is not enough. you should come to the properties and select object type of form and your object name. This form I'm connecting to this display menu item. Sometimes maybe there is a requirement of giving some different name to your menu item. That is not a problem. You can give some different name also for your menu item, but come to the properties and select your object type as form, and object is your form name. And another important property is label. This is very important property. This label will show in the user interface. For example, there is a label, something like inventory to fixed assets journal. This is your label. Whatever the label you are presenting here, you are giving here, that will display in the user interface. So here, for example, I'm giving all employees. All employees. I have given the name as all employees, all automobile employees, something like. This text will display in the user interface. If you click on this text through this menu item, this form will open. Okay, successfully I have created a menu item. Now this is the time to integrate it to the user interface. Now I would like to integrate my employee table form in fixed assets module. Okay, so first of all, to integrate anything in the fixed assets module, something like forms, reports, etc., etc. Now go to the application explorer, user interface, menus. If you scroll down, there is a menu called fixed assets. Now if you want to add something in this fixed assets menu, we need to create extension for this module. Actually, these are all modules. Everything. For example, if you want to integrate anything like in human resource management module, so you just need to go to the HRM module. If you want to go for any expense management, there is a something like here um, we need to see expense management details. Where it is. Okay, I'll leave it about. Any module you can see here in this list. Any module, something like. Okay, now I'm planning to integrate my forms into the fixed assets module. So first of all, select your fixed assets module. In the menus, you should enable this option, create extension option, but right now it is in disable mode. So how to enable this option? Now, what is your model name? Actually, fixed assets module is in application suite model. Your fixed assets module is in application suite model. We need to take this model as a referenced model to your HR model, AM HR model. So to take a reference of this model to your current model, we need to update this model. How to update? Go to the model management, update model parameters. So your model name is AM HR model. Click on the next. Which model exactly you want to take a reference? Application suite, right? application suite. Here you will find application suite model. Now you need to select this. You need to select this application suite. Click on the next, and let me click on the finish. That means I have taken a referenced model to your HR model. Now, if you right click, you can see there is a create extension. Now click on the create extension here. Now system will create a extension here for you. Menu extensions, fixed assets dot extension. Now let me open this extension. In which folder exactly you want to add your form? In which folder exactly you want to add your form? Directly you can drag and drop. Or else if you want to create a separate folder like a budget, separate folder like a periodic task, you can create a separate folder here like a submenu. AM, automobile, um, industry. Okay, now provide the labels like project, automobile project. In this project, in this AM industry, directly drag and drop your newly created display menu item. That's all. It is added. Now build your project. Synchronization is not required. Build your project and refresh your main URL. Now let me open URL again. So just follow this procedure to create a menu item and add that menu item to the front end application. Open your fixed assets module. See your form. Click on here. It will open the form. Now we are able to open our form from the front end application. That's all. Suppose I just want to add a loan form also. So just do one thing. Create a new display menu item for the AM EMP loan table and go to the properties, object type form, and object name is object type form and object name is AM EMP loan table and provide label all employee loans. Okay, employee loans. Drag this menu item, drag this menu item directly here. That's all. Automatically we can see in the user interface. fixed assets. See, employee loans, your loan form. And here I would like to do something. Let me open employee form. Here I would like to create one button control. One button control. If I click on the button control, currently 101 selected, right? 101, I would like to open loan form directly. I would like to open loan form with, in that form, I would like to show only 101 data. If I select 102 record, if I click on this loan form, loan button control, it will open loan form, but this form should show only 102 data. But currently in the loan form, we are showing everything right. We are showing everything, but not like that. If I select 101, only 101 data has to show in this form. If I select 103, 103 data. If I select 104, only 104 data. So first of all, we have to create a menu item for the loan form. Already I have created. Now let us go to the main form, employee form. Here I'm creating a menu item button. First time we are using this button control, menu item button. Okay, here uh, ERP loans form. Just I have given like this, and go to this menu item button control properties, menu item type display, and menu item name. Menu item name is uh, AM EMP loan table, right? This one. That's all. We have linked our menu item to this menu item button. Okay, build completed. Okay, let us open the fixed assets.